Hello, everyone, and welcome to another installment of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Vandee and Marcy Nettles. We are your guides tonight through some amazing information that we've got some special guests waiting on the wings for you. They've got an amazing story and share with you what they're doing to build their business, how they support their business, and why they're so excited about this awesome I.T.T system. But before we get into that, we want to share with you some things about how you can constantly be tagging and or getting in with us on the Team Freedom Reigns bandwagon. So wherever we go, when we share information, you make sure you get it. So how do they do that?
You know, sometimes I get so excited when we're watching these calls live, I don't take the notes, but then I hear something, I wish I had that info. So we've got you covered. Whether you're on here live or you just want to watch it again in your replay or replay viewer, make sure that you go and subscribe to Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube. Make sure that you don't just subscribe, but you also ring the bell
too,
so that you get notified of all of the times that we upload new content, new value for you to grow from. So,
oh my gosh, this is super important. And it's even more important now than any other time in history of this wonderful profession of network marketing and direct sales. And that is to be compliant, because we have regulators like the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, that are really, really, really looking strongly and hard at this industry for violations of income claims and product claims. And they've actually they're using artificial intelligence technology to police that. So we need you to make sure that you police yourselves and your teams and make sure you understand what you can and can't say. That is why compliance is so incredibly important. So if you haven't already, go into your back offices and watch the 9-minute compliance video so that you understand, because, and we shared with you last week, but it's worth repeating again, that the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, does their own efforts to clean up the industry and make sure that the companies that are part of the DSA are protected. And so when they see non-compliant posts, and they're focusing almost exclusively on social media because it's getting lots and lots of attention, even more now than ever before, and they're looking at posts, they're looking at comments, they're looking at things that people share, and they're looking for violations of compliance. And when they find them, they tally a list and then they notify the companies accordingly. Well, here's their obligation to notify the companies that they partner with of the violations, but they're also obligated to notify the FTC and the FDA if the company chooses not to rectify the situation. And when we were notified, it was a week ago?
It's been about
week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
we were notified that there were
Exactly
several people that were distributors of LifeVantage that had several non-compliant Facebook posts and other social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn. And within 48 hours, less than 48 hours, they were brought down because we have a very important system. This is very important for you to watch that 9-minute video so you understand what we can and can't say here at LifeVantage.
So basically there was 3 people that we were told we had to get these posts down immediately. We were given 7 days time to be able to do so. And if it was not done, they had to report it to the FTC and the FDA. Guys, that's such a huge deal. But as Vandee said, we were able to take care of it in just over 24 hours. That's what we can do together. And if you are educated and not ignorant, you're able to be part of that team that's taking care of this amazing opportunity and your future.
Another feather in our cap, no company to date was ever able to get all the posts down within the 7 days. We were able to get them all down in just over 24 hours. First company ever to do that.
So just so you know, you're all awesome.
Yes,
you're awesome.
Thank you for your participation in this.
So I.T.T, you've been hearing this all over the freaking place, right? I.T.T, what is it? It's the system.
Yep.
It's what we are all going to as a LifeVantage team, and to be able to share this information in a clear and concise way. So I stands for invite, T stands for tool, T stands for team. So just do it, right? Do it already. So here at Team Freedom Reigns, we're utilizing biohackingaging.com as the first touch video. And then the second thing is the tool. That's going to be a LifeVantage overview, or an LVO. You have got so many opportunities to be inviting to, including this one tomorrow night, Rockstar on the stage, right?
Master Pro 10, Brandon Cunningham.
So every Tuesday night, LifeVantage is offering the Taking Control with LifeVantage overviews. This is with the new PowerPoint. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. It's beautiful, right? That we'll all be implementing into this system and using together. So we've got the same messaging. So this is one of the LVOs or LifeVantage overviews that you can be inviting to tomorrow night, Master Pro 10. And then every single week.
Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, like clockwork. There are the times right there for you in all time zones, just to make sure that you don't ever forget them. And whatever time zone you live in, there is your time right there. At the bottom, you see the Zoom information, and there is no password. But share these, predict them. They're every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at the times listed. Invite your prospects, because that's where you're going to get them to see the entire information, all the opportunity, and all the products that we have. In other words, how big is this LifeVantage opportunity? We see it just within our team 3 times a week, and there's multiple, like you said. Yeah. Brandon's going to bring it.
He's going to be amazing, amazing. And just so you know, we know that we have many people that aren't part of our direct team that utilize the tools that we talk about here on this Monday night call. So make sure that you understand that Team Freedom Reigns YouTube is yours to use.
It's Team LifeVantage.
TeamFreedomReigns.com is yours to use. All of these LVOs that we do are yours to invite to, but you do need to make sure that you use the exact link. That's how there's no password needed to be able to get into those LifeVantage opportunity overviews. And then become a professional. Success Masteries, July 25th, this coming Saturday, we're going to have another 90 minutes of rock star performance, giving you exactly what you need. But you already have everything you need, just so you know. Seriously. That you have it. You just need to start using it, right? So maybe on one of these, someone's going to say exactly the right thing that you need to hear in order for you to get in motion, right? So do not miss these. They are so valuable.
Yep, the skills are all there. The tools are all there. The resources are all there. Sometimes what lacks is our mindset. And that's really one of the big things they touch on in this Success Mastery every Saturday. So tune in.
Block it out like it's your job.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Convention. If you haven't heard, convention is no longer in Las Vegas. It's in your living room or your house or wherever you've got the biggest TV or your computer. You get to go virtual on this. And we just got off of a 4-day training with Tony Robbins that was virtual. It was better than the one we went to live. And this is going to be, I don't know how they're going to outdo the global conventions we've had in the past, but I guarantee you they're going to do it, because LifeVantage never ceases to amaze on how awesome all of their events are. And just if you've already pre-registered for the global convention that was originally going to be in Las Vegas, you're already good. You're already enrolled for this. You're already pre-registered for this. But check that out. You get a $300 value convention gift box.
They're paying you to go, basically.
Seriously.
They're paying you to go. Not only are you going to get this $300 value in the gift box, you're also going to have a donation to LifeVantage Legacy in your name, and you're going to get a commemorative bracelet for it. Guys, you got to go. Everything is on the website that you need to be able to get registered. Please do it as soon as possible, because one of the bonuses is this is not going to be a one-time viewing event for you. You're going to actually have access to it for 30 days afterwards. So not only will you be there for the live event, but you'll be able to rewatch it over and over again for 30 days. There's absolutely no excuse, because it's only $199.
I know. And none of you are going to miss that stinky casino cigarette smell for sure, right?
Yeah.
We may miss Bert's laugh, though. We have to figure out how to get that on there.
Maybe they'll have him as a speaker. Yeah. That would be awesome. All right. Here we are.
Yes. So now we want to share with you our amazing presenters tonight. They were gracious in accepting our invitation to come teach you guys. Literally like that. Sam and Vandee Flake are two of the most amazing people we've met, not only in this business, but in our lives, because they are just high character people, high quality people, high value people. And if you know them, you love them. And there's only thing, if you know them, you love them, period. If you don't love them, it's simply because
you don't know them. You need to know them.
And you're going to after this, because they have an incredible story. And I love hearing Sam's story. It's one of the most unique stories, but the collective story they have together of how they've come together as leaders, as husband and wife, as parents, as literally industry leaders, not just LifeVantage leaders, but industry leaders in their approach, and their approach has never changed. That is what makes it so powerful.
Yeah. And you know what, guys, I'm super excited for them to share some of their story on how they build as a couple. I mean, obviously you see Vandee and I all of the time, but you got to see more than just one example to find your fit, right? And so I'm super excited for Elite Pro 8s, Sam and Vandee Flake, to share their story, how they build as a couple, what they're super excited about with LifeVantage, and how they're utilizing the I.T.T system with their team. So Sam and Vandee Flake,
join us, guys.
So excited to have you. Hello.
Thanks so much, guys. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good to see you guys. You guys are looking amazing.
Thanks.
You definitely don't look like you
Been
got
fun.
back from a world travel trip.
Why don't you tell them about that a little bit? Well, let's start with our story.
Right.
Yeah, start with our story.
Okay. So we've been involved in LifeVantage for 10 years now, and I can't believe it's been that long. We've had an amazing journey. But we got invited by a friend of ours who is a plumber, and Sam's laughing because there's a lot of background there. And anyway, he actually didn't believe in us very much. He told us later after we hit Pro 7, I think, that he went home and told his wife that he thought we just wasted $1,000. And then he never told us that though until we hit Pro 7, because all he told us was that women and school teachers, which is what Sam was, and I was a woman, do amazing at this business because they just share from their hearts and they don't try to sell. So that was a huge motivation for us. And it was a big process. When I saw the ABC Primetime, I was blown away at the science of it. When I looked at the business opportunity, I told Sam, I think we could do this, and that's just to pay for our products. That was really our only goal at the beginning when we looked at the business opportunity, was just to try to pay for our products and get, a little bit there, because at the time we both had full-time jobs, we had 2 small children, and we were busy with life and everything else. And what really, really changed it for me was going to the first Elite Academy. And Sam went twice without me, because the first one was my family reunion. So I said, you go to Salt Lake and do that thing. And then the next one was my birthday. So Sam and the guys went to California, and they made a commitment that the next one they were going to bring their wives. And I was so glad, because it took going to a big thing. And I promise, if you are not registered for conventions, if you are not on these every Saturday trainings, you are missing out. I always tell everybody that there's 2 parts to this business. There's sharing it, and there's the education. It's like a bike, and you cannot ride it as a unicycle. You need both wheels going. And so when I saw that, I sat in that room and I saw people that I could relate to, walking across stage, sharing their stories of success, people telling. And then the thing that hit me the most was it said, you become the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that really, really hit me, because I realized that with the exception of Sam, the other 4 people I spend the most time with were not positive, motivational people that I wanted to be like. And I realized I was becoming a version of myself I didn't like. And so I love network marketing because of the person I've become, the personal growth I've had, the health benefits from our product. We could go on and on and on about that. Our product is amazing. Our company is amazing. But the friendships, I think, are one of the things we forget to tell about, the incredible people. So Sam and I have spent the last 18 months traveling the United States in an RV. And one of the people that I'm friends with on Facebook messaged me privately and said, how do you know so many people that keep inviting you to stay with them or inviting you to dinner? And they were all this LifeVantage family. Because if we were going to the state, I had messages from several people in that state saying, if you come to our town, you can park by us. If you come to our town, we'll bake you dinner. It was an incredible experience of love and an incredible opportunity to have our children surrounded by entrepreneurs. One of my Facebook memories came up the other day of my daughter at 11 years old taking notes from John Maxwell. And that's the kind of experience our kids have had, to listen to John Maxwell, Andy Andrews, and incredible entrepreneurs that we would have never had without LifeVantage. Some of you guys may not know this. We have 4 children. And there's a 5-year gap between those 2 kids, the 2 older kids and the 2 younger kids. And the reason being is I had told Sam I could not have another pregnancy while I was working at the stressful job I was having, and I refused to leave another baby. And so those last two little boys are a blessing just because of LifeVantage. And that was on my vision board for a long time. It said, Mom home from work, baby number 3. And I'm going to get emotional here. But this business can be a vehicle for any of the dreams that you want on here. And it can, but you have to work it. And so I always tell people, figure out what you can do every day and make sure you're learning and make sure you are sharing, because we have an incredible gift. And I'm going to let Sam talk a little bit more, and then I'll touch a little bit on some of the I.T.T. I love the new messaging with LifeVantage. I love all the opportunities we have to plug people into. I've got one prospect right now, and I just kind of keep plugging her back into different things. You want to see a training? Here's a training call we have. You want to see another presentation? Here's a less formal one. Here's a more formal one. And just giving her the tools and the teams to connect to, because she's very scared of this industry. She's been burned before, and just letting her see the culture we have and how you can touch from so many different angles. So I absolutely love our messaging right now.
And whether we connect online or whether we connect in, you know, when we were connecting in person, you know, we try to get a tool to somebody or get them to a presentation, you know, back in the day. Of course, now it's more online and Zooms and that kind of a thing. But I want to say thank you to Vandee and Marcy for inviting us. You know, it's a real honor to be on your call. I've looked up to you guys in a lot of ways for a long time. I mean, in the beginning, you helped me build my belief a lot. A lot of you who do know me know that I was pretty shy and reserved, and you know, I mean, I had confidence in certain things, but talking to people wasn't a great one. And so, just learning about the medical stuff and the science from you, Vandee, and your past, that really helped me. And Marcy, you know, hearing your story and as a police officer and everything you went through and overcame and are still overcoming, you know, that was a big deal as well. And so, but some of the biggest tips I can give you too is kind of my experience was yeah, like my wife said, is just doing it. You know, the bicycle, the 2 wheels. You've got to talk to people, and comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing ever grows there. And you know, one of my favorite quotes of all time too is John Wayne: "Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyways." And growing up on a farm and ranch like I did, I probably related to that a little bit more as well. But we're, you know, one of our favorite parts about this, like she said, is the friendships we make. We are really going to miss the convention. We're going to miss that, but we're glad we can see it online and virtual. We're excited. You know, we're excited for the opportunities that we still have and that we can still do a business. I mean, we went on the road for 18 months and we homeschooled our kids for 18 months, and we had a lot to worry about still. Trust me. I mean, it was mind blowing in so many ways, but knowing that a check came in on the 15th of every month, no matter what, no matter where we were, and we went all over this country. It was absolutely amazing, and educated our kids and educated ourselves. But that was so, and still to this day, we just bought a house again. We're settling in again, moving back in, and it's just so comforting, you know, that to know that, I mean, money's not everything, but it does rank right up there with oxygen, like Zig Ziglar says. And if we could just help you experience that. And it wasn't easy. You know, it's a lot of work. It took a lot of work. It took us out of our comfort zones like crazy. But we're getting to help people with 2 of the biggest stresses in their life: their health and their finances. And I'm going to let my wife talk a little bit again and share some of her heart on some of that stuff, and then some other ideas on what you could do to build your business.
Okay. I just want to kind of reiterate again, you guys, what an amazing time this is to grow your business. I know me personally, when this all kind of started happening and life was changing, I felt a little bit uneasy. I felt a little bit scared. As a mom, the concern when we didn't know, and the unknown was kind of the hardest for me. And one of the things I started doing was getting out of my comfort zone and looking for ways to connect with other people, looking for ways to do, just to connect. And part of my social media strategy is to go on different friends pages that are not in LifeVantage, that I'm not really friends with. I call them my imaginary friends. They're just people I know on Facebook, but comment on their posts. Every time they post, comment, and reach out. Even though some of them have told me they are not interested in learning more about LifeVantage, the connections that I've made, I think will open the door later on. And those friendships, even just telling somebody thank you that their post touched your heart. So I had a really strange experience today at the grocery store. I was putting my cart away and there was a man sitting in his cart and I just said hello. That's all I said. I might have said, how are you? But I went back to the car and I was finished, I was waiting for my daughter to come out because she'd ran and grabbed one more thing. And he came back over and he knocked on the window. And he goes, I just wanted to thank you for being kind and saying hello. It shocked me that we have come to a place right now where sometimes it feels like going to a war zone to go to the grocery store. People are not kind. They are not, you might get yelled at if you turn the wrong way down the aisle. So my thing is, just be kind. Look out and see where you can to be kind. And remember, we have an incredible gift right now. We have a gift that people are on their knees praying for. This business, these products have changed so many of my family's lives that I will forever be grateful. And I will forever be grateful for the people that got up and trained, because I said I was absolutely never doing that and never doing a Facebook Live. And those are things that I have overcame and changed because I realized I had a gift. And even though it wasn't perfect, even though I got a frog in my throat or I cried on the call, I'm just sharing my heart. And I do have a gift, and I hope it can, you guys can have belief. But the two most powerful things in this business, I think, are consistency and daily effort, and believing bigger. Early on, they said most people overestimate how big they can grow their business in 1 to 2 years, but they underestimate what can happen in 10 to 15 years. And the more huge network marketers I've studied and learned from at different things, the more I realize that's true. The longer you build this business, you guys, I had no idea what would happen when we signed up 10 years ago. I was just wondering if it was still going to get a check and they were still going to ship Pro Tandem the next month. If I could do this, how much should I put in stock? And now I kick myself for not buying more stock. But I didn't have the belief. And a lot of it was I didn't have the belief in myself. And Sam talks a lot about the 4 pillars of belief. But believe in yourself. Believe you can do this. Grab the coattails. You guys have amazing leaders. Plug as many people. Start the conversations. Message as many people as you can and just start asking how they're doing. Are they doing okay with all of this? And try to send out positive message of kindness, because it's not easy, whether someone's sending their kids back to school or choosing to homeschool. They're not easy decisions. They're not, there's a lot going on right now, and just spread kindness.
And I'll just add to that too, a couple of thoughts that I was thinking about. Some of my favorite invites are real simple. One a specific invite and another a principle. A specific invite probably that I use probably more than anything, even online, is you keep your options open. And online, when I don't know the person as well, it's more of, when it comes to extra income, do you keep your options open? And whether it's been in person or online, it's almost always been yes. Doesn't mean they always go and become a customer distributor, and sometimes I can't get a hold of them again, like the things we all go through. But it's just a very non-pressure kind of way to do it. And then another principle is all of these things are things we've learned at trainings and things like that. It's more important to be interested than interesting. And that really hit me between the eyes, when I heard that. That's whether it's in person or online as well. And, like my wife was saying, how important it is to be kind and care about people. the other day I was out of my in-laws, and my father-in-law had a farrier, which is somebody who shoes horses over. And so I was just visiting with him. He was a little bit younger than me, and just asking, I knew him a little bit, but not real well. So asking when he graduated, how long he's lived, how long he's been shoeing horses, that kind of things. And we were just visiting. He had a young kid helping him work, and I had no intention of anything except just caring about him and getting to know him better. And as it went on, all of a sudden he asked me what I did. And it was one of those moments, sometimes you're not sure if you should be super direct or not, but I decided to be direct. I do a network marketing company called LifeVantage. And he said he had heard about it. And he told me some stories of people that had really good results. And, it was one of the most comfortable conversations I'd ever had. And by the end of it, I had a customer, and 2 days later, his wife messaged me and asked if they could get another bottle for their daughter. So you never know, don't never have preconceived notions, but don't stress, like when you're having a regular conversation, maybe this could even be online as well. Don't, just be a good person. Like my wife was saying, be kind and genuinely care about people. And it's a relationship business. So keep it simple, and I hope those helped a little bit. Those are two things that really helped me. So
yeah, just go out there and know that you have a gift, and believe in network marketing, believe in LifeVantage, believe in our products, because we have amazing products, and believe in yourself. You are worthy of this business. You are worthy of being recognized on stage. I guess you can't walk across stage at convention, but you are worthy of being recognized, and you can do this. And some of the most incredible people I've met, I think almost every single one of them didn't know if they could, but they just kept learning and they kept sharing. We've all made mistakes. Don't let your mistakes get you down. There's 7 billion people in this world. So go out there and do it. And thank you, Vandee and Marcy, for having us.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you guys are so amazing, seriously. And I know, Vandee, you had mentioned before just how in love you are with this new system. And can you just give, just off your heart, just really fast, what it feels like to know that there's going to be a consistent message that we're all going to be able to share together instead of maybe confusion?
Well, we've been involved for 10 years, and so we've seen some of the ups and downs, but it is so nice when you've got, especially a new person that comes in, and it doesn't matter who's speaking on Saturday's training, you want them on that training. It doesn't matter. And some of the times in the past, I'd be like, oh, this person's speaking, yeah, because I know that they were teaching kind of a little bit different system. And so just that consistent messaging. The other thing I think that's really powerful right now, again, is all of the tools. I think almost every day of the week, there's something you can plug somebody to a live meeting. And if that doesn't work, you can send the recordings. And knowing that that's the same, I absolutely love the new PowerPoint presentation. And I can't wait I know they keep tweaking it, but it is beautiful. And in fact, my invite today, as soon as I saw it was Brandon Cunningham, I sent another follow-up to somebody today, and I'm like, this is a guy you've got to go see. You've got to be on, and you've got to watch him. He's probably one of my people that have touched my heart the most. And it's because I called Brandon at the very beginning and asked if we could send a guest to one of his meetings 10 years ago. And he said, absolutely, and tell him to come early and tell me who they are so I can help them any way I can. And I, at the time, did not believe that LifeVantage was a family, and if you were not on my team or my upline, that you would help me. And so to have that as a testimony, and Brandon, is absolutely true and has, he's just an incredible person. So to have those every Tuesday night, we had some people show up, and I'm like, okay, go away, I got a call. And Saturday I have them on my calendar. I have team calls on my calendar so that I don't book anything up overneath them. So
yes. I love that you added the
Seriously, yeah.
calendar part in there, because seriously, if we don't prioritize the things that are important, the important things become unimportant and something else takes the space, right? So, oh my gosh, you guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your hearts. And I'm so glad you survived all that time in that motorhome. Oh my gosh. I don't know that would be something I could do. And oh, good, you're not frozen, but I don't know that I could do that. So, whoo, good job. Woohoo.
Yeah. And Vandee, with your example of Brandon, I think you kind of embodied what we're getting back to as a company. When I've been in the company 11 years, and in the beginning, we all had the same system, the same message, and it didn't matter where in the country or where in the world you had a prospect, you could send somebody to that meeting, because we had what I like to call a general admission company and a general admission culture in the company. And then as we started to grow, we started to develop kind of a reserve seating company and a reserve seating culture. It was like, no, you can't come to our meeting. We had people saying, no, you can't. And can I send a prospect? No, you can't. And we're now getting back to a general admission culture where everybody is doing the same system and the same thing, and everybody's prospects are going to be welcome, because it's the feel that most companies don't have. That was the uniqueness of the LifeVantage in the beginning, is that people say we have a culture. A lot of companies say that, but they don't really experience that. And we had it, and we're getting back to it. I love that almost everybody that I've talked, in fact, I can't even think of one person that I've talked to that isn't excited about this unified system that we're going to be fully seeing unveiled at convention. But it's getting lots and lots of traction, and lots of people are excited about it. So thank you for kind of embodying that message there, Vandee. And you guys, thank you so much for your leadership and just your grace and your professionalism and just who you are as people. You're tremendous leaders. And every time we hear about you in the field, it's always great, because you guys, like I said, you guys have always been consistent. You're always there. And when anybody calls upon you in need, you're always there. So thank you for being those types of leaders. We look up to you guys.
Yes. Thank you guys so very much. All right. Team Freedom Reigns and everybody else that's watching this, I.T.T. It starts with the invite to an amazing tool, and get them in front of Brandon tomorrow night, or us, or anybody that's presenting this information, because you do not have to be an elite distributor. You can be sharing from your heart and be just as effective. So we just all need to get out there and start sharing. So thank you guys again for being our amazing guests. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, and we love all of you that are on here or that will watch this in the future. Love you.
Welcome back to Arizona. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for having us on. Love you guys.
Absolutely. Bye-bye, guys.